YouTube? In today's video, we got Bill Gates apologized for his embarrassing affairs in the Epstein files. Let's get straight to it.
Trapmore gang, it might have just happened, the unthinkable. Someone has finally apologized for the Epstein scandal. But in this case, our boy Bill Gates, he is apologizing for not doing anything. Okay? He's apologizing. He wasn't there. He didn't do anything illegal. Nothing bad happened with him and Epstein. But he's apologizing. And he's very sad. And he feels bad about what happened. And
How do you feel sad about giving your wife a disease? Like, what? You feel sorry about it, but you still did it anyway? I swear, humans every day fail to amaze me with some new shit.
you know, he had a divorce, but nothing ever went on with Jeffrey Epstein. No way.
Right.
This is pathetic. To be honest with you guys, it's pretty pathetic. So look, I'm going to break it down for you. This is a New York Post article. Bill Gates admits that he had 2 affairs with Russian women, but apologizes to staff over Jeffrey Epstein ties. Now, I've seen this before, okay? It's this very, very strange kind of thing of just like, I didn't do anything, but I'm sorry, all right? I'm sorry I didn't do anything. Nothing happened. Completely separate thing, but I am sorry, right? It's actually hilarious. So it says Microsoft co-founder Bill Gates has admitted he had 2 affairs with Russian women while married to his now ex-wife, Melinda Gates, and issued a groveling apology for his links with convicted PDF file Jeffrey Epstein. Gates now 70. God damn, he running the old software. He's 70. I didn't even know that.
Yeah, that's crazy.
He running that Windows 70. Said he told staffers at his foundation on Tuesday that he flew on a private plane with the disgraced financier and spent time with him in the US and abroad, but he didn't participate in any crimes. Well, that's handy. Why are you apologizing then? Apologizing for an affair.
Y'all believe that? He just said that he apologizes, but he didn't participate in any crime. But you're associated with somebody named Jeffrey Epstein. Make it make sense, bro.
You should apologize to your wife. You don't need to apologize to your employees.
Facts.
I think there's some guilt. I think he's just leaking guilt. Okay, and it's embarrassing. Why would you apologize if you didn't do anything? He said, I did nothing illicit. I saw nothing illicit, Gates said in the town hall meeting. To be clear, I never spent any time with any of the victims, the women around him. You're super apologetic.
Wait. So you didn't spend any time with them, but you had sex with 2 women? Like, what the fuck? You're not making no sense, bro.
Now, this is a picture that's been going around a lot, quite embarrassing, of Bill Gates with what appears to be a young woman wearing a very expensive watch, by the way, dressed in what appears to be a schoolgirl outfit. All right, I'm not saying she's definitely underage, but this is a very bad look. Look at him. All right, look at him, little slime ball. This is him appearing with a woman whose identity has been obscured. This is an image from the Epstein estate. You didn't hang out with him. You didn't go anywhere. You went on a couple flights. And there's pictures of you with women. Why is he taking these pictures? What is the context of these pictures? And you're doing an apology even though you did nothing wrong. It's absurd, right? Another picture of a woman posing with Bill Gates. He looks quite chuffed in this one, and they're always wearing expensive watches. I wonder if it's the same person or a different person. It says Gates first met Epstein in 2011, after which the financier's Florida conviction for procuring a child for S work, and continued to socialize with him, seemingly ignoring concerns by French Gates. Well,
you're guilty, bro. I don't want to hear this shit. Like, you're guilty, bro. You said that you did not associate with him. You weren't close to him. But after Epstein was accused of these certain allegations, you still choose to go chill with him? Like, I'm sorry. I don't care how cool me and somebody can be. But if you get these type of allegations, bro, and it's somewhat true, higher scale of 90%, I'm not fucking with you, bro.
Obviously, because what were you doing on that island? Why were you going to that island? Well, as you know what I'm saying, in the words of Ye.
Exactly.
I believe he might deny that he went to the island, but you all up on the plane. Come on, give me a break. The billionaire has always denied wrongdoing over his Epstein links, but he came clean about the alleged affairs during his time with French Gates, who filed divorce in 2021, ending their 27-year marriage. 27 years. So I did have affairs, one with a Russian bridge player who I met at bridge events, and one with a Russian nuclear physicist who I met through business activities. It's like he's saying, because the chicks are smart, it's cool, it's okay, right? Epstein had apparently previously threatened Gates over the affair with a Russian bridge player, Mila Antonova, which was previously reported by the outlet. Epstein met Antonova while seeking financial backers for a bridge academy before he paid for her to attend software coding school. Who does software? Who's known for, like, doing software? I can't even. I don't know. I can't even think of anyone that has anything to do with software. He paid for her to attend a software coding school.
Bro, y'all want to know something though? Don't they look evil as hell? Like, these motherfuckers look like demons, bro. Like, dead ass. Like, they look like shapeshifters who took form of humans and just decided to do some flamboyant shit because they couldn't be like embodied of our heavenly Father. This is crazy.
Software. Jesus. Gates met Antonova in 2010 at a tournament they were playing in. In a July 4th, 2013 email to Boris Nikolic, Gates' chief advisor for science and technology, Epstein, named 2 women with whom he alleged Gates had an affair with. The PDF claimed the women risked becoming overnight sensations. I don't even think that's happening. He said Bill risks going from the richest man to biggest hypocrite, Melinda a laughingstock. Pledges will disappear as a result, Epstein told Nikolic. Just weeks later, Epstein sent a resignation email to himself in which he seemed to be writing as Nikolic. Oof. During the past few weeks, I've been caught up in a severe marital dispute between Melinda and Bill, the email said. The email tried to suggest that Nikolic had assisted Gates in securing medication in order to deal with the consequences of intercourse with Russian girls. Why?
So if that does not tell you you're guilty as is, like, bro, he was trying to sneak medicine into his wife's drink because of what he did. Like, that's some guilty ass shit, bro. Like, I ain't gonna lie, as a man, if you was to cheat on your girl and you know that you caught something and then you try to go out of your way to put pills in her drinks to try to prevent something from happening, bro, you're evil as fuck, bro. I'm gonna just keep it a book.
Are they both Russian? Is he
Evil.
compromised? It's a good question. It's a question worth asking, all right? Needs to update that software. Might have some Russian viruses on that software by the sounds of it. Is Nikolic claimed that the emails were not written on his behalf or at his request? Sure. During the town hall, Gates admitted he spent time with Epstein in New York, Germany, France, and Washington, but he never visited his island. Oh, I just visited him in New York, Germany, France, and Washington. I never went to that island, though. Like, it's cool. It's cool. I'm so sorry, but I didn't do anything. Bro, it's cap. All of these guys talking about, nobody's had the hubris to just come out and say, yeah, I was freaking off with Epstein. Every single one of these men, you mean to tell me
Freaking
every
off
single one of
him
these
is
men that went to his
crazy.
parties, linked up with him in every single country across the globe, even the ones that went to his island, I never saw anything untowards. Oh, give me a break. Come on. Gates acknowledged how his ex-wife had always been wary of his links with Epstein. Yeah, maybe she knew what she was talking about, you big dummy. All right? To give her credit, she was always kind of skeptical about the Epstein thing. What a sentence. Well, I'm going to read it again. I'm going to reload that. To give her credit, she was always kind of skeptical about the Epstein thing.
I mean, sorry, baby. I mean, listen, sweetheart, your husband is Bill Gates. Look at him. He just looks like he was a weirdo when he was a kid. Like, let's just keep it a buck. A lot of these dudes who got all of this money and power now, these older men, like, they were weirdos when they were young. They probably didn't have no friends like that. They probably stayed in the crib, like, and they fantasize on these weird fetishes. And this is what happens when you give a weirdo all of this money and power. Or if his parents was, some of them, they were born into riches and their parents could have been weirdos, but I don't know, bro. I just think this is weird. And if you were skeptical of this from the beginning, this goes for any woman, bro, you need to cut ties immediately.
No shit. Right, no shit. And you're apologizing. Gates also admitted how his links with Epstein had impacted others within the Gates Foundation. I apologize to all the other people I've drawn into this because of the mistake I made. What mistake?
That's
Which
cap.
mistake? It's like all this apology, but like you're not really apologizing. You can't really
Exactly.
even speak about what you did because you cap in. It's definitely the opposite of the values of the foundation and the goals of the foundation. An organization spokesperson said Gates spoke candidly and took responsibility for these actions. What actions? Gates previously said it was foolish to spend any time with Epstein. I thought it would help me with global health philanthropy. In fact, it failed to do that. It was a huge mistake.
You thought it would help you with health, my nigga? Instead, it fucked up your health and your wife's health. Like, if you really want to help people, if you want to help something, society, donate money to people, bro. At this point, y'all are billionaires, bro. You can afford to donate $1 million to probably 1 million people across the world. Like, the people are selfish, and the only way people are say, I apologize, I'm in the wrong, is when they know for a fact they're about to get caught or they already got caught in their steps. So they're trying to create their image to be this innocent person when the whole time, my nigga, you're a demon. You're evil as fuck.
An STD, it did not help with your global health. You were traveling with him to multiple countries. You just think we're a bunch of dummies. You think we're a big bunch of dummies.
Like,
So he apparently apologized to his people, right? He apologized to his staff. He basically explained, just explained he's sorry. I'm sorry, right? In a town hall at Microsoft, he said, I'm sorry. So let's just look at some of the reaction on Reddit because no one's buying it. I've got reaction from a whole bunch of subreddits here, and absolutely nobody is buying it. Bill Gates is forced to apologize to his foundation over the Epstein ties. Bill Gates finally addressed the Epstein files, admitting to meetings and flights with Epstein, but insisting he never touched victims. How ridiculous is
you
this?
touched two
The wording,
Russians.
The word suit. He should just shut up. He should just shut up. But he knows he did wrong. He wants to apologize because he's feeling guilty. He is guilty. Feeling guilty is sin. It's a joke. You met Epstein 3 years after he was convicted of soliciting minors, right? He said he didn't properly check Epstein's background and was unaware of the extent of his crimes.
Bro, you're Bill Gates, my nigga. Like,
Stupid.
you're Bill Gates. What do you mean you ain't checked his extensive background? You can pull anybody's card file. Like, you're one of the richest people in the world. You have access to this, bro. This is all bullshit and an excuse. You knew about this, and this is why you chose to chill with him for this simple fact of this word right here. I ain't gonna say it, but y'all see this word right here. You're a weirdo, my nigga. A weirdo.
My personal opinion is he knew, and that's what he was there for. That's my personal opinion.
Exactly.
He flew on his private jet and spent time with him in Germany, France, New York, Washington, D.C., Russians coming and going. But he thought the meetings were normalized because other billionaires were present. Oh, it was okay to be freaking
Wow.
off with Jeffrey Epstein because other billionaires...
Other billionaires are freaky as hell too, is what you're saying. He's basically telling on everybody.
Attila's doing it. Oh, I just want to freak off on the island. Peter Attila's doing it. Oh, can't I just freak off on the island? Prince Andrew's there, please. How pathetic. And he admitted to having these affairs. The I didn't know defense simply does not work. People like Gates have competent and efficient staff to run their lives. They do background checks, strategize, plan, organize. Unlike us, he knew. Of course he fucking knew. People like Gates can't just say I didn't know.
Duh.
You can't. And on the off chance he didn't, start naming names at the very least. But then he might have a little accident like the rest of them. They're saying chicken shit loser. I'm glad his legacy is tainted by this. Honestly, I don't care he had an affair with Russian hookers. That doesn't mean effing minors, all right? He might...
Did y'all see the pictures of the Russian girls? They look young as hell. They block out their face, but you can tell by a woman's body physique. You can tell by the way they dress if they're young, they're older. Like, you can tell by all this. And the way that Bill Gates was looking, stunning like this, good looking, goofy as hell. That man, they were minors, gang.
Look, he shouldn't have been there. He shouldn't have been supporting this guy. Shouldn't have been hanging around with this guy with his history. End of story. Prince Andrew's in a lot of trouble just for taking a picture with the dude in 2010 after he had his case. End of story. Shouldn't have been over there. Don't care. Don't care. I never touched them. I just witnessed them get R-worded and kidnapped. I just didn't say a word. I never touched them, aka they touched me. There's a reason his wife divorced him. She knew what the lizard was up to. I heard he tried to slip her antibiotics without her knowing to. He tried to give her the Norton antivirus.
And that's the weird part about it.
I must admit, I find it implausible they just meet with people with no concerns for whom they might be, what alignments they might have politically or within the business realm, what they might have. What about his personal safety? Are we saying that his security detail didn't conduct a single simple background check to run a risk profile? Do you think I can just get a meeting with Bill Gates? Because apparently he meets with anybody without background checking. He just accidentally, just goes to Germany, just goes to fucking Washington, D.C. with these guys. You think I could get a meeting with Bill Gates? Maybe not now, but they're not checking people up. They're not checking
anybody can at this
people,
point if that's what he's saying.
In Virginia's book, she talks about being sent to a billionaire's house to give massages. She talks about what year it was and that she gave the pregnant wife a normal massage and then went downstairs and had to have S with him. I cross-checked the years and I believe it to have been Gates as Melinda gave birth that year. What are we doing here? That's insane.
Some fucked up shit, dude.
That is insane. Okay, what was wrong? Should I have not done that? Normalized because other billionaires were present, right? We're all exceptional people. I just never expected to have to buy the law. And by the way, messing with kids wasn't a crime. Just hanging out. We're just hanging out. Bill Gates admits affairs with 2 Russian women while married to Melinda Gates and apologizes for Epstein ties. The fact that he's bringing the affairs into this and mixing it all up with the Epstein thing and apologizing just shows his guilt.
And the fact is, nobody even brought this up. That's the crazy part. Like, he brought this up on himself. Like, and then the simple fact of your wife is pregnant and then you bring back a disease to her from 2 other women on the Epstein Island is fucking crazy. Like, that is the most selfish, demonic shit ever in the world. And I feel bad for his wife too, because he's rich as hell and she probably going for the bag. Who knows? Or she might actually care for him. Who knows? But at the end of the day, it's all fucked up and it's just a mess.
It's obvious, right? Damn. That whole situation just feels messy all around. The Epstein connection alone was a terrible look, and then adding the affairs on top of it doesn't exactly help. Mixing these 2 things together, you're basically indicating to everybody these things are connected. Yeah. We could have accepted those weren't connected. You could have treated those 2 things as completely separate, and arguably, you having an affair and losing your marriage, not really any of our business. The Epstein thing's our business because the files are public now, right? Mm-hmm. It said at best, it looks like Gates made himself an incredibly easy mark for blackmail and foreign influence campaigns. It says when he says affair and also women, yeah, that's why I generally avoid using girls to describe adults. That's what they're people. And they're saying Epstein trafficked adults too, not only children. If he had the S workers on deck that were from Russia and they were of age, he's still trafficking. You're still a car in the traffic jam. Let's just put it that way, okay?
Bro, in order to become a billionaire, you know what you have to do, bro? You know how many times you have to make $1 million, bro? To get into the billionaire bracket, you know how many powerful people you have to come across, you have to meet, you have to rub elbows with, be friends to even touch that bill? Bro, you have to do some crazy shit, bro, and just look. Sometimes y'all just gotta look. The shit is right in front of y'all, and they put it in front of y'all. Go watch the movie Taken. If you don't believe what I'm saying, go watch Taken. Go watch all of them. You'll see what I'm talking about.
Admit what you cannot deny. Deny what you cannot admit. Right? Plus, didn't he already deny it 3 weeks ago? They always deny first. Then something happened behind the scenes, which made him think if he admits part of it, then he can cover up something worse. That actually sums it up so well. If I admit to the Russian women, maybe people won't ask questions about the other far worse things. Maybe. Not sure.
No, they're going to start
Bill has
asking
some
questions.
amazing PR. Wow. You can't un-PR this, right? You can't un-PR this. I would pay good money to hear that apology. I bet you it included bullshit like, sorry if my actions offended you, right? This was a town hall. This was probably an in-person. I bet he makes sure that nobody had their phones there. Okay. It's crazy. Right, it's actually crazy. So this is in the r/conservative subreddit. Okay, let's see what these guys are saying about it. Right, I had lunch with him once. I never spoke to him again. Turns into, golly, I sure wish I never went to those lunches with Jeffrey Epstein. Turns into, okay, I needed Epstein's help because I gave my wife an STD. Turns into, all right, I had sex with 2 Russian S workers, but that's all. Can't wait.
Now, for real, like, what's next, bro? Like, it's just more and more that leads up. You're telling on yourself, bro. You should have just stayed quiet like the rest of them, bro. Like. Stupid. You're just telling on yourself at this point.
Wait for the next episode. He really did switch it up. 2, sure. Affairs, sure. Grown women, sure. Oh, sure. Oh, sure. He's sorry he got caught. People saying, I think everyone assumes something like this is why Melinda divorced
sorry,
him.
but not
Took a while for
sorry.
it to become public, but the assumptions are now confirmed. What a way to taint your legacy. It's actually very sad. I'm waiting for one of these guys to show real repentance and help with the investigation. Turn over all their stuff. Go public with everything. Turn over them Windows computers, man. Turn over them personal computers. Absolute. So he's going with a limited hangout. A partial hangout. The limited hangout, partial hangout is a tactic used in media relations. A tactic originated in the espionage. The partial hangout. Modified limited hangout. It's a limited hangout. What even is this?
What the
This
fuck
is
does that
basically
mean?
spy jargon for a favorite and frequently used gimmick of clandestine professionals. When their veil of secrecy is shredded, they can no longer rely on a phony cover story to misinform the public, so they resort to admitting, sometimes even volunteering some of the truth, while still managing to withhold the key and damaging facts of the case.
And that is exactly what it is. Clear as day. Like, and that's what a lot of them are going to start doing. They're going to start coming out and they're going to be like, okay, I did do this, you know. They're going to try to paint this picture like, oh, I'm admitting to my flaws. This is the only thing that I did. When that's just the tip of the iceberg, bro.
Public, however, is usually so intrigued by the new information, it never thinks to pursue the matter further. That's genius. He's doing the limited hangout. He's doing limited hangout. Okay, that's crazy. All right, that's crazy.
It's just crazy that his wife was pregnant.
It's just insanity. I've never heard of the limited hangout before. I thought they were going to say that he was just having limited hangouts with chicks. Turns out that's the whole thing. This admission means that Bill Gates lied when he said he did absolutely nothing. Bill Gates is a lying sack of dirt. Neither Epstein nor Ghislaine was charged with trafficking adult women. For sure, this is a partial admission so he can obfuscate things. So the Epstein emails were true. Bill Gates trying to save his own ass just confirmed culpability of those who made denials. It's ironic, right? Because him admitting that he had affairs with 2 Russian chicks kind of makes the Epstein thing kind of adds up now.
And he called STD.
Kind of adds up. Linked to his comment from an AMA. Oh, no. Oh, no. This isn't going to be what I think it is it? Oh, 4 years ago. No.
What happened?
This is an actual AMA with the real Bill Gates on Reddit. It said, I'm Bill Gates, co-chair of the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation, for now, and the author of How to Prevent the Next Pandemic. How about you prevent yourself needing to check in?
Prevent it? You the one that caused it. What do you mean prevent the next pandemic? It's all part of your plan. Like, we're not stupid. I think they think that citizens of the U.S. or just the world in general are just dumb. Like, we know this is part of the plan. Like, come on, bro.
Clinic, all right?
Wasn't
Ask me
born
anything.
yesterday.
And they asked him just what was Epstein's island like? What did you do there? He said, I never visited any of his islands. How do you even know he had 2 islands? I only know that because I've investigated him. I did have meetings where global health funding was discussed. By global health funding, do you mean some antibiotics because of the clap that you caught from the Russians? Like, what are we doing here?
Hey, I want to know something that's crazy. Every time he talks, he tells on himself. Y'all just got to peep between the lines. Like he said, just what Epstein Islands like, right? He said, I never visited any of his islands. We didn't know he had other islands, bro. You just told us he got multiple. So that's not the only designation that obviously y'all doing them things at.
We doing here? What?
Whatever.
He definitely did have some meetings where global health funding was discussed. And in retrospect, I did regret meeting with him.
You didn't regret it.
You met with him in 2011, 6 years after his first arrest. What took you so long to realize it was too bad to hang out with a convicted child trafficker? Oh, he said funding, discussed getting money from him. This is what he said in the past. I had several dinners with him, hoping that what he said about getting billions of philanthropy for global health through contracts that he might emerge. When it looked like that wasn't a real thing, the relationship ended. You met with him quite a few times.
Yep.
Oh my God, that's hilarious. That is hilarious. I never visited any of his islands. That's smart, right? I did have meetings where global health funding was discussed. In retrospect, I regret meeting with him. Bro, stay off of Reddit. He shouldn't have done that.
That's not even probably him. That's probably a media person that's
crazy.
talking.
People were getting banned. Oh my God. Gates' own ex basically called Bill a lying sack of shit. Called him a lying sack of shit. It is insanity, man. What the hell? What the hell? It said, this man spent decades warning us about computer viruses and he still clicked on the wrong attachments in real life.
No.
You're not supposed to click on them Epstein, them emails from JE Vacation. You're not supposed to click the attachments in those, right? Those are the wrong kind of attachments. They ain't the type of attachments that press will be sending to you, right? If anyone gets that joke, you're a real one. I bet those affairs were jobs for the women. No way. Bill is a Moscow 10.
No, that's crazy.
This is excruciating. I'm going to wrap it up soon, all right? I'm going to wrap it up soon. But basically, this is throwback footage of Melinda Gates basically admitting that these accusations are why she left. Maybe she didn't even know about the STD. Knows, all right? But this is really sad. Look at this.
The email.
This is just, I've already discussed this in a previous video. Let's just refresh our
In the files suggest that Bill Gates had additional affairs and that he tried to get medication to treat a sexually transmitted infection.
The way she nodded and swallowed, you know it's true.
To give you the medicine without you knowing. His representative has said all of this is false. It is not on you to have to respond to the details of that alleged behavior, but I wonder what your dominant emotion is when you read these news articles with these details.
Sad. Just unbelievable sadness. Unbelievable sadness, right? And again, I'm able to take my own sadness and look at those young girls and say, my God, how did that happen to those girls, right? And so for me, it's just sadness for, I left my marriage. I had to leave my marriage. I wanted to leave my marriage. I had to leave I felt I needed to eventually leave the foundation. So it's just sad.
I feel bad for his wife, but this is one thing I'm going to say about Jeffrey Epstein. And y'all might not agree with me, but I'm going to keep it a buck. Jeffrey Epstein revealed people's true intentions when they get power, bro. He exposed a lot of powerful people. Like everything that Jeffrey Epstein did, if y'all really pay attention, he blackmailed every rich powerful person in the world. And they couldn't do nothing about it. He had every resource in the world at the palm of his fingertips. And he might have been the most powerful man in the world, damn near, when even though we know he's still alive, like allegedly, but I ain't gonna lie, Jeffrey Epstein definitely did a deed and exposed a lot of people.
That's the truth, right?
She said she had to leave the marriage over the Epstein files or the Epstein connection. She had to leave the foundation because if the foundation had become tainted, it becomes so closely associated. And just let's not forget, Bill Gates, come on, man. You're talking about, he said he was going to donate billions to global healthcare. You got billions. You didn't need this. You didn't need to be flying around with this fool multiple times.
Right. And it's kind of like, at least for me, I've been able to move on in life. And I hope there's some justice for those now women, right? We see them standing up in front of microphones in D.C. What they went through is just unimaginable, I think.
Just so embarrassing, right? Struggling to answer without breaking her NDA. She probably does have a crazy NDA.
I ain't gonna lie, she probably do know, but at the same time, you never know, bro. I'm just giving her the grace and the benefit of the doubt because she was pregnant and he brought a disease to her and tried to slip pills in her drink. So that's what makes her seem innocent in my eyes. But maybe, obviously, she knows shit because that's his wife. Like, you gonna tell your wife everything. That's every guy. But this is just a sad, messy,
Probably has the
disturbing
most insane
situation.
NDA. So she didn't admit anything, but the way she kind of nodded through it, it was smart, right? None of us can fathom the scope of the legal battle she'd be fighting for the rest of her life if she bluntly admitted anything.
Exactly.
Anyone who's been sued knows, as far as stress-wise, it's a frivolous lawsuit. It's still a lawsuit. She's supposedly given away 20 billion and still has 30 billion left. She got 30 billion from the divorce.
You gave away 20, my nigga. Where's my bill? I didn't get no bill. What billions? That's cap. Don't let me. Hey, I need $1 billion right now, nigga. Like I ain't seen no news, no articles, no nothing on her giving away 20 billion. If you gave away 20 billion, you still got 30 billion left. That lets you know that everybody on the world can be rich as hell. If everybody was to get together and disperse out to people and give people opportunities, even if it's just one opportunity. If you fuck up that bag, that's on you. But this is crazy, bro.
But her money is making money faster than she can even give it away. It would be nothing for her to take 2 billion and give it to some of the best lawyers money can buy and let them fight the lawsuit from her so she wouldn't need to worry about it. You can also threaten Bill Gates.
Wait, so she gave it to the lawyers or she gave it to people?
Saying absolutely everything she knows and that you might need to leave the country or go and live in Argentina, El Salvador, Saudi Arabia, or Russia. He'd probably like Russia. He'd probably like hanging out in Russia for the rest of his life. Okay? Groveling apology as he admits affairs.
So you telling me she grown, bro? You telling me she grown, bro? Look at this. Ain't no fucking way. Then I know that ain't his daughter. I know that for a buck.
And just like that, Bill Gates' reputation is ruined forever.
Yeah.
Do we think he admits this to hide worse, or is this as
We
bad
need
as
a
he
new
gets to him?
Google,
This is
new
definitely to hide worse.
Microsoft.
Give them a story now and they'll keep looking. This is in line with interrogation practices. Admit to a small thing when a really bigger thing is hiding. Okay, trickle truthing from the Epstein class. That's what they're saying. Trickle truthing. I've never heard that one before. Even the
Crazy,
Microsoft
bro.
paperclip is crying.
Anyways, that's the end of the video, bro. This is a sad, disturbing situation. Make sure you guys leave a like, comment, and subscribe. We are back. We are being consistent. Had to take a little break for like mental clarity, you know, shit like that. But you don't want to hear that. Anyways, hope you have a nice day, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.